I'm pretty excited to introduce Dr. Klas Hamgren, who's the head of researcher. Yes, Klas, Doctor.
Thank you.
Dr.
It's great
Klas.
to be here. I'm Oran. Hello.
You're from the University of Hasselbacken.
This is correct. Yes, I'm from Hasselbacken in Sweden.
Welcome to Industrial Magic.
Thank you. Can I shake
Nice
your
to
hand?
see you, of course, my friend.
Yes. Well, hello. I just made it off the flight. So exciting, but I did happen to hear there's been a few talks before from Kelly Summers and Peter Pedro. Very interesting. I'm all for freedom. I just believe in one freedom here and one freedom there. There needs to be clear, male freedom and female freedom. Grandpa goes to space is great, very clear. And Grandma stays home.
Grandma loves bugs. The last app was Grandma loves bugs.
Okay, very good. The little creatures. Genetically very important topic. I've been working with your industry for maybe 30 years now, since 1983 about. And I want to talk about my work here, but let me just show and not tell, like Warren says. You see this, you're all familiar with this group of people, Disney princesses, beautiful. But it would be hard to fit in here for most of you. We have a couple of exceptions, but otherwise it's tough. Well, we have a solution for you, because today I'm proud to announce the Mender 3000. And it can do miracles, and I will show you case by case what it can do. Now, our first and maybe most famous client is Merida from Brave. She had a little trouble fitting into the Disney princesses, but you know what? We had Waist Reducer Pro on her, Goldify Light, Lip Pronouncer, Hair Glosser, and wow, look at that result. We have another client here, and this is Strawberry Shortcake. She's also a happy customer. And on her we applied the fruit removal, tweenification, and limb prolongation deluxe. Very long arms.
Tweenification.
Candyland, another project of ours. So, for this project, a buoy extinguisher came in handy. We also had a regular kids' clothes remover, princessification, set to twirly diamond mode, snow mode, yes. Magicify Pro, little sprinkles of magic. Eye tilter at 45 degrees. And ice squeezer set to max. So, a lot of people thought My Little Pony did not need gender mending. But we proved them wrong. Because we showed that these features were important for eye maxifier, for instance, hair glosser, mouth diminisher, plumpness remover, and butt minimizer. Now, some of you might be familiar with the work of Lisa Frank. So, the gender mender, I have to admit, has had some problems with preserving artistic integrity. But here we choose to make that up by instead maxing out on tweenification, lip pouting, eye squeezing, and eye tilting. After that, we simply substituted brand recognition for color recognition. It's so settable, look at that. Now, the trolls, an impossible case. Some people cannot do it. But we applied eye tilter, eye squeezer, limb prolonger, accessorizer, tweenification, and lip powder, and look at that troll. It's basically unrecognizable. So our most important client, really, we have a long tradition. We've we've worked with Lego for many years because we're a Scandinavian company. And we've done remarkable work with them. There's still some confusion. They got a letter from a girl called Charlotte a few months ago, and they were concerned that we hadn't done our job. But let me read you that letter and you understand. Dear Lego Company, my name is Charlotte. I am 7 years old, and I love Legos. But I don't like there are more Lego boy people and barely any Lego girls. Today I went to a store and saw Legos in 2 sections, the girls pink and the boys blue. All the girls did was sit at home, go to the beach and shop, and they had no jobs, but the boys went on adventures, worked, saved people and had jobs, even swam with sharks. I want you to make more Lego girl people and let them go on adventures and have fun, okay? Thank you from Charlotte. Well, someone is still confused, but I want to defend our work, and I will show you the remarkable things that we have done. Now, Lego 1981, before they worked with our institute, if you look at this catalog, it's very confusing. A child could easily get the impression that they can do anything. Where are the boys and girls? There's barely any separation. Now, 30 years later, we advised them to turn Lego into a boys' brand. So, the first step, which has taken only 30 years so far, is to make almost all of them about conflict, because girls don't like conflict. And we have Star Wars and Shima and Hero Factory and all these great things. And now we felt, when we had really made it clear who Lego is for, that we were ready, finally, to open it up for the other kind of children. So we made Disney Princesses, and we made Lego Friends. And we plan to expand on that. It was a huge success. We even redesigned the classic minifigure with lip counter, waist reducer, limb thinner, eye tilter, eye enlarger, breast implantation, and pinkification. Thank you very much. I know you appreciate the work. So, if any of you are interested in working with us, the General Mender works great for apps, and you need some clarity. You're not doing very well, I don't think. Okay, thank you for having me. I have to fly over to Mattel, but I'll see you later.
And ladies and gentlemen, Professor, I forgot his name, but he is a professor, and he's from the other continent. You can get the Gender Mender free with your registration at Industrial Magic.
I do have more to say.
Oh,
yeah,
you're back.
Oh, you're back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, please,
Could
you take some questions, maybe?
Yeah, well, because I've been bashing so hard on a lot of people, I wanted to bash Toca Boca a little bit. We've worked a lot gender lately. We thought we were doing okay. I mean, we knew we had some problems. We've also done some mistakes, so I just wanted to show you a couple of them. For instance, the Toca Train, I was the play designer for that. It's a huge project, and we wanted to squeeze in as many features as possible. And we wanted there to be not only a male, a train driver, but also a female. We were going to have a grandchild, granddaughter, be in the back, but she never made it in, and it sends the wrong message now. But this is the reality. Sometimes you mess up. You need to get it done in 3 months, and adding a second player can be a big deal. So I don't think we would do that today. Another one is Toca Band. We were conscious about gender when we did it, and try to think about it. Still, we messed up. It was an all-guys team. Maybe it's not easy to see at first. There are enough females to not make it a terrible app. but they do sort of stereotypical things. There's no one playing a trumpet. There's no females with instruments. They sing and dance, all the females. And we had a gender consultant come in and take a look at this app. And that person pointed out something that we hadn't even thought about. I challenge anyone to think about what it is.
Was it the professor who was just here who consulted you?
No, it was another guy. They don't get along very well.
Oh, I see. I see.
Figura, and Figura is wearing pink, you know.
Right, there's two pink. I mean, we were concerned about her, Dancing Nancy, and we were like, okay, this is so stereotypical, maybe we should make her. But we tried her as a boy with sort of looked like a step dancer more. But the girls did love Dancing Nancy, and if you have a plethora of characters like this, it can definitely be, it's fine to have one or two that are pink and that do girly things, because, like, yeah.
Is it Lucky Ling?
Lucky Ling. No, I don't know if they said anything about that.
Okay.
What was your concern about Lucky
I
Ling?
thought maybe a racial stereotype.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could have been. And Sweden, we're not so good with the racial stereotypes, actually. We've done some mistakes with that. And I think coming to the US has helped us, but...
I think you discriminate against opera singers with Figara. Because she's like, whoa! You know, if I was an opera singer, I'd be incredibly either flattered or offended by opera. But that's just the League of Opera Singers of America.
Opera singers, yeah. And you have to use some things. You just...
Yeah, of course.
Because otherwise, if you twist everything around, then it doesn't make sense. But you just don't want to send really messages that can limit children. I think if you feel like you have to be fat to be an opera singer, maybe that's okay.
That's Shaky McBone?
Shaky McBones, yeah. Well, I don't think you'll think about it, but if you notice, all the females are standing with their legs like this, and the males are standing with their legs like this.
Oh, wow.
And it's completely subconscious. Our designer, I'm sure he paid, did not think about that at all. It's just, yeah.
We have Dolores.
Mr. Wiggle-Wiz.
Yeah, she's the exception. She's a flamenco dancer, so that's true. She does not.
Standing with his legs together.
Yeah, they're a little bit separate, but they're not completely parallel like Figura and Kalinka.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
Dancing Nancy, she's like this. So it's just.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think part of this is how people move, but it's also like you gotta break the stereotype at some point. I so wish we had made Little Riff a punk girl, a punk woman. That would have been cooler too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
They're very
Little
cute
Riff
though.
could be a girl to me. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not going to be to.
yeah.
If you ask 100 kids, they're all going to say it's male, and then it is male. So, which is another problem. Shaky McBones. Everyone's skeleton looks like this, but it counts as a male.
It's a boy.
So you gotta put a bow on them or do something. It's very difficult, but
Pretty cute though.
yeah, that's true. So another project this is not my project, but I'm ashamed to say that I'm the one who took care of the problem. Someone brought up that all the robots, it's like the whole app, it's kind of like clunky and there's nothing there that's a little bit more human or... so we're like, okay, let's make it more appealing to girls somehow. And we had like a couple days only. And our designer at the time, he wasn't so into it, we probably didn't talk enough about it. So he came up with this. And that's now in the game.
She's got a heart.
Which again would have been fine if there was a breadth of characters. But it was probably trying to fix something that was not so easy to fix that you could only fix it in 2 days or a week. We should have thought about it from the beginning. It's really what you have to do. Because this is what is called the Smurfette syndrome. I don't know if you know about Anita Sarkeesian, but she has a lot of videos about having a feminist look on game design, and they're great. So, become one of the 1 million people that have seen them. And if I have some time, which I believe I do, someone was asking for like what can you do? One of our developers, Amanda, put together some ideas for what you can think about when you design something. And as Warren said, the first thing is to be conscious about it. Because a lot of people don't ever think about it. And those are the people that write in to Anita Sarkisian and threaten her to her life. But think about the play pattern and trust that any kid can like it. Maybe some boys are going to like one play pattern more than another, some girls are going to like one play pattern more than the other, but it's not just like that. There's always going to be 20, 30, 40% of one gender that like a more typical play pattern from the other gender. So market the apps based on play pattern rather than whether they're for boys or girls. And think about the visual style. Like, just visual styles can easily communicate this is not for me or this is for me. So the world, if you look around, it doesn't communicate that. Like anyone can go outside and enjoy the scenery here. So you can use vivid colors and it's fine to use pink or whatever. Fine, I mean, it sounds like I'm laying down the law here, but yeah, it's just how I think, I guess. And avatars, of course, always make sure there's a boy and a girl avatar, and maybe some neutral ones. And also the playable characters, like in Toca Taylor, to make sure that they're both kinds. And in your marketing, also make sure that there's always a boy or a girl, no matter what, playing with the app. Otherwise, you are sending a signal. But we're not perfect. We have there's a woman on the hair salon app, and there's a Toca Train as a male, and but we're working on it, and hopefully we'll get better as we grow. So thank you. That was that.